Oh wait, Carl's on the segment. We can use gravity. It's one of the heroes that has that gravity.
Yeah.
Carl can add
Wait,
the
what?
little... Oh,
Bat has gravity?
He's going to disagree now.
Yeah, because like the amount of fight that it has.
Bat doesn't have gravity. Bat is a satellite. He orbits around the heroes that have gravity, looking for his opportunity to lead
if you watch Nigma play and Weehaw play this Bat Rider, he himself creates this gravity that he runs around the map, forces out rotations. Look at the macro level, you know, the TPs to side lanes, reacting to the aggression onto your cores. You have to prevent this Bat Rider. It's not, you know, it's not like a core sitting in lane soaking up to him. He's the one bringing everyone to him, and he can be anywhere on the map. Very aggressive.
Okay, I'll agree with that if it's the mid Bat Rider, but we don't necessarily see that every time. And when you're playing as off lane or support, it's a different style because you're not capable of just kind of running at people full divide. It really reminds me though when you bring that up, because I think if you look at the way Nigma's been playing recently, they've definitely learned a bit from OG and the way that they've been beaten at TI. And Weeha's Bat Rider in play style is almost identical to the way Thompson played Ember Spirit. And it's really cool if you see the similarities, not just in the timing, but the way they control runes and the way they do exactly what you state. Pressure at all times, dive towers, just full divide, because it allows space and opportunity for other things on the map that their teammates can do. I do like the Venom though, because you help to control that a little bit. You just drop those annoying wards everywhere, slow the man down, find some vision. Also, this hero is just really toxic.
One of the small things about Veno is I didn't realize, but his Plague Ward HP got increased. Nice pun there, mate. From like 70.
Before you let that slip.
No, I did.
I chuckled.
Yeah, it's all right.
I shouldn't have.
By the way.
Stop encouraging me.
Yeah, we're not encouraging you. Yeah, you hit them. You missed 2 of them yesterday. Now you're back on it. You've clearly done your pun research.
Yeah, but so it's the Plague Ward HP increase that it used to be only 70 banks. So you could pretty much like you could one hit them or swat them away. But now it's like 120 HP on the first one. It means going for the Plague Ward Poison Sting build is a lot more obnoxious in lane. Like the support can't just quickly deal with them at that level 2 when Venomox has like another small spike if he doesn't go for Gale. So yeah, it's a very annoying hero, and it pairs for the fact that if Bat Rider is running into you, he doesn't like playing into slows because he's all about, you know, getting in, getting on top of you, and then being able to like wreak havoc. So if you've got like this network of Plague Wards around a lane, it's very hard for Bat Rider to truly capitalize on his skill set.
Speaking of capitalizing on a skill set, now that you've got the Bane as well, see, Tiga thought I was about to make fun of him, but
no, yeah, I was waiting. Yeah,
trying to talk about Dota.
I'm on edge now.
When the Bane and the Bat create some mismatches because if you look at this support duo, Earth Spirit's more of a rotator, and especially when there's a Bane in the safe lane, there really isn't a damn thing you can do to ever pressure that lane. So you're going to typically look to have him playing around mid. So be curious to see who they plant there, whether it'll be a Veno. Have we seen much Veno mid? I feel like that's very much a specialty thing. Some people like it, otherwise no.
No, it's off lane and 5 actually are the 2 roles that is currently been played. Hellraiser's flexed it all the way down to 5, and then most teams just put it into off lane because it's like the obvious role. In regards to the Earth Spirit, I think the playstyle for this hero is just like the patience of reinitiation. Like you don't need to be the one starting the fight because jumping a Venomancer, you're gonna like it's gonna take a lot of resources. You're gonna eat through Plague Wards. Jumping on a Void, you have to think so heavily about like chaining your stuns that if Earth Spirit connects in with one roll or silence, you already break that chain. The fight's already turned around. And Comrades, they realize like they've got all the aggression they have in their lineup. This tiny running around the map, Bat Rider if it's mid. They need a win condition. They pick up the Terrorblade. It's okay, but like my fear is when you're moving towards that first tower, level 6 on Void Snapfire, Terrorblade dies. If you kill him in one of his early pushes and you like stagnate his farm, it is going to be hard to like feel confident unless you're suddenly, you know, 3-4 items. But he is the one hero that can get those items.
Objection. This, however, is one of Exotic Deer's best heroes, if not his best hero, going back all the way to his Kingwin days. In addition, if you think back to like old school tri-core setups, I remember like the one I would use to teach pubs such as TGov is Bat Brew Anti-Mage. That was an EG special back in the PPD or TZ Fear days. And the updated version of this now is to use these carries that also can deal structure damage as Terrorblade. In addition, TB is really good because you can deal with the Veno wards independently. You can just send illusions, 2-shot those Veno wards, and just effectively stop his pressure in its tracks while you're also able to accelerate in the jungle. In addition, yeah, you might get 100 to 0'd in that chrono, but you get your BKB off. There's no physical damage. You're not going to get taken out here for sure. And these supports don't really threaten you in the laning phase. So it's almost guaranteed going to be a great lane for this TB, and I think that he'll be the ultimate win condition because you can't deal with the Void in the sense that if you're not going to kill him without Chrono or save in the Chrono, which you can't do based on your support duo, you need a hero that's going to live through it, and that's Terrorblade. And now you get a DK, same deal. I love it. This is solid.
My fear is if the Terrorblade, after, let's say he struggles in lane, let's say they don't go for ward build, they got a bit of Gale, and they start pressuring TB. He goes into the jungle. You don't have that hero that can sit in the lane, push it out, and feel confident protecting that tier 1 tower. If that falls, Eu-Spirit and Veno naturally can play very aggressive into the jungle, and now you're suddenly closing out the map a lot quicker, and it's very hard to try and find that farm. Of course you can, Terrorblade naturally farms really well, but when you're pushed into your tri-camp, into that ancient area early on, it can be difficult. So I understand that like TV, if he gets his item, could just kind of like swat away this early damage, but if they take that early tier 1 tower and they pick a mid that can also just leave his lane and rotate in and just basically play the game of chase, like the Topson and Invoker, the Weehar and the Batrider, that type of game, I think this Void should get enough items that you ignore magic damage now, and him alone can eat through the Terrorblade inside of the Chrono.
So what are you hoping Khan goes for in this last pick? What's the final piece of the puzzle?
An active mid that can basically blow up Terrorblade. And
you're thinking?
It's got to be, is Death Prophet banned?
Oh, I think Death Prophet's maybe a little bit too cooldown reliant, where you're basically playing around only Chrono, Snapfire Ult, and DP. Oh, so I think the suggestions are already banned. I'm not even going to touch on them because, you know, can't play.
I would say you need something that can frontline. That's the concern. So I really think it's just kind of maybe Dusa, DP, Necro. It's actually a pretty nice Necro game. The trouble with Bat is that it just sort of makes a lot of these heroes feel bad. But you need an answer to the TB, and you need something that kind of accelerates the game state. I wouldn't mind Necro just because I think it's such a solid matchup against DK throughout the game, and it gives you the ability to kill that Terrorblade in the Chronosphere.
It depends on the flexibility of their lanes, right? Because you could argue back in old patch, DK could also be a 3. So in some scenarios, you might actually just put the Bat mid if it's such a hard countered like mid hero. So right now, Khan are in the position they have to think of a mid that can lane against potentially a Bat or the DK. And most of the counters to DK get countered by Bat. So it's like you're already in a difficult position of if they are thinking of this scenario. And this is why they're taking so long right now, because like they need a hero that can, you know, play aggressive, can frontline, can lane into potentially a Batrider. You know, it's a very long list. They got 10 seconds left. If I keep saying these words, don't have to make a suggestion. They're going to pick
they need to tick.
Oh. All right.
Okay.
Veno mid.
One of the old school counters to DK. And it's very good against the Terrorblade. You take his illusion all game and effectively deal with those illusions. You also have the Earth Spirit to combo with. Helps accelerate the Void's threat, but it's just tough. It's tough. I feel like the lanes are still going to be a real problem. You really don't have an answer to Bat. And Veno mid, you know, we asked about it. Could be an Earth Spirit mid, maybe? Is that what they're thinking?
No, Gilga's currently selected the Earth Spirit, so it will be a position for Earth Spirit. But I do wish to see Earth Spirit mid a lot more. That is actually bonkers. It's actually very strong, and I'm surprised it's not actually not in the game, but teams aren't thinking about it a bit more. The itemization, you can pivot basically for 2 styles, but the best style would be like Echo Saber. You go for damage talents, you just get on the backline and you blow people up. But that's for another day if we ever see it. For now, we have to look at how Khan can play a strong laning phase. And the argument is, can they take that safe lane tower with these 2 heroes against the Terrorblade and have the same type of game plan when the Veno's now been put mid? The answer? Yeah, I think they maybe can. And
you were more favoured towards Khan at the beginning. He's now slided over to 5Comrades.
No, I'm still a believer of Khan. I can agree with Kyle for the idea of this Batrider can have a strong game, but I think Batrider alone can only do so much. And when you're playing into these type of heroes, as long as they play defensive and aren't being kind of like stupid, they shouldn't be in a position where they're feeling that pressure. And that first tower defense is so strong from Khan. I'm not really feeling the true effect of Terrorblade until he's, you know, AFK farmed and got to that 20-25 minute timing. So yeah, I think Khan should be able to take this.
Kyle.
I think T-Gov is going to look real dumb in about 27 minutes.
27?
I think he grossly underestimates the laning stage prowess. And it's not Khan. I don't have the pun ready. He's wrong. That's what's important.
It's a showdown. You know, it's not 5Comrades v Khan now. It's just T-Governor v Kyle.
You're battling with the mind.
Yeah, we'll go for a best of 3 though. So we're not going to take. No.
I have faith in my comrades. They're going to take this one. I think Exotic Deer is going to die 1 set most and just absolutely dumpster this game. His BKB makes him invulnerable to all damage, and that's going to be the timing that they're playing for.
Well, Kyle's throwing out big words. T-Gov's giving us his opinion. We've got Lyrical and Trent ready to bring us the game. We got a split desk. What are you guys thinking?
Man, we are thinking that there is a lot of animosity. We just want to bring the love to this panel. We just want to have ourselves a good old time. Trent, we woke up early. We're going to drink some coffee. How you feeling?
Yeah, I gotta say, it's a good thing we're up early because these games, they're moving mighty fast here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yes.
And we're hoping that we've reached a point now in this lower level of the bracket where we want to see some competition. Feels like the game's been very one-sided. Now that you've both lost some games, time to find some wins down here.
We want to see it. We want to see if they're going to be able to make it happen. And I just have to mention that this game includes one of the best names for a Dota 2 player that I've ever seen in my life, and it's the Divai Lama playing on the Bane. So keep an eye out for him and his sick Nightmare saves already going boots first. So we see that ward placed back behind the tier 1 tower bottom a little bit there. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one to watch. I really want to see how the Darkseer plays out in this one. That's my hero. I love to love him. But it could be a tough one for Cheshire Cat as the toss back happens underneath the tower.
Oh man, that's stunned too. Like he's not getting much of that damage back.
Oh, just a sort of right click that came through there. So now you've taken some brute force and already has to eat through one of those tangos.
Bit of a flashy play from our support Tiny. Not I don't know, he is very hit or miss, it feels like. Not even just between regions. It just feels like some teams think this hero is still very good and other teams just put like 0 value on him. So sometimes you'll see Tiny the first phase of a draft or he just gets completely ignored. Kind of feels like Chen and Ench at this point.
Well, and so much of it depends upon like what heroes you're up against too, if there's that potential to make things happen. And normally you would think against the Faceless Void, you wouldn't be able to make many toss plays happen, but Dragonite taking Dragon Tail level 1, you're able to get some damage out. I mean, I don't know the last time that I've seen a Dragonite take this ability level 1, but it kind of works to harass.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be okay, right? He's versus a, oh god, that's so good to make him forced to keep the toss damage. And it's not like you need like the instant Dragon Blood or anything in this matchup, right? So overall, this top lane should go very well for the Dragonite and the Tiny. There's some threat to the Snapfire as well, but of course, once the Cookie's out there, Black Archangel might have some counterplay for himself. As some courier hunting here from Flash. He's got the move speed, 355, so he's gonna pick up Naive's courier and even get some extra damage on the Black Archangel here with the toss into the neutrals.
Dude, just they're min-maxing this, the max they possibly can. It's interesting, too, because, you know, this is one of the newer players that is playing. If you look at his profile, only has, you know, about 30 or 40 professional games being played. Compare that to, you know, some of these other guys. I mean, Cheshire Cat's been playing this game freaking ever.
Yes.
So a little bit of some new blood. You love to see it.
Yeah, I can remember when he was like one of the established pros when I first started watching and enjoying the CIS scene. He's never had the vowels, and it took a while to figure out what the hell his name was. I can remember many a caster screwing up this one. I've heard everything you can imagine for his tag. But, yeah, I mean, he used to like play Brood and stuff too, because that was an off-lane hero. But yeah, he has been playing Darkseer for an extremely long time.
Up top again, Bloody Sky taking some damage, just eating up that Dragon's Blood though, and has a couple tangos in the south. So they're going to feel fairly comfortable keeping the pressure on as he tosses again the Snapfire into that large camp. Mid kind of been a bit of a snore fest. Both heroes are a little bit annoying to have to face off against each other. So we get the little zoom in there. Man, that was some pretty production skills.
Nice. It's going to be the most exciting thing you see in this mid lane. Venomancer versus Bat Rider. It's I know what all the people came to see, the high octane plays of hitting creeps and manipulating waves and planting some Veno wards down.
It's also very interesting for me because I have the chat filter on, and Pikachu's name is all X'd out for me, which is very funny as well. But you know,
such a wholesome lad you are. Make sure that your opponents can't flame you.
Exactly.
Can't be tilted. Yeah, I got you.
It's my teammates more often than my opponents, if I'm honest.
Production has informed me they'd like you to take a look at your VMix mic, my son.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'll handle things. It sounds like it might not be the right mic again. FYI. Because you sound great in our call.
Talk to me then. You telling me what's going on elsewhere.
No, I got this covered. Thankfully, there's an OB, so you guys don't have to suffer through the Trent cam or anything like that, so it's all good. But there's a serious army of Plague Wards that you just saw. Now a toss up top onto Naive. Just again, trying to keep the damage rolling. And first blood, guys. All right, time to cast your bets in chat. I have no way to reward you or give you really anything, but if you quickly say who you think's going to die, now's your chance. Is it a Grok here? Oh, terribly? No, it is. See? You never know. Gilgear doesn't really have another play here, so that was close. All right, guys, make your assumptions, your guesses. You get all the bragging points amongst your fellow chatters if you are correct as to who's going to die first in this game. Personally, I'm kind of feeling Gilgear a little. I feel like he might go a little YOLO, but the real damage source is also in this top lane, so it's a bit of a toss-up here,
I like what you did with that one. That was beautiful.
I'm gonna go with the Snapfire because she's gonna cookie to save the Void, and then she herself will die.
That's always the way that it feels like it goes in these lanes. Your hero, he's got a natural save with the time walk, but then he just walks over when it's on cooldown, and then takes a bunch of right clicks, and then he ends up having to get saved. But man, so far so good for the 5Comrades. Looking at all this CS across the board, you got up in the 20s for all of them, and with a little bit of a pretty significant lead. Darkseer is the main one that's sort of struggling a little bit, and they were able to get away with that Terrorblade. It's down bottom. Going to try and get the damage over time onto Divine Llama. Does have a Fairy Fire still to roll through, and the kill. Gilgear takes it.
A bounty rune. I should have thought of the bounty rune plays. Out me again. All right, well, congratulations all those who thought it would be Bane. Take this pause. It's a chance to celebrate what you've done here, and still sounds like the wrong source, my friend. It's like you're in the bathroom. It's like you're talking to the wrong thing.
Oh, all right, let me try one more time. Here we go.
Wow, this is very exciting. It's like a little roulette where you just keep changing devices until the internet one has the right thing. Perhaps setting it and then rejoining the call?
That sounds like a good idea.
Oh. Yeah. Try that one.
Okay, here we go.
Welcome everyone to live production here. This is we're gonna take you to the outside view. This is the Radiant Year blimp. Flying over, checking out some ancients and neutrals. Oh, those golems. They look lovely today. The mud bath's doing so much for the skin. And the birds fluttering away, trying to protect the children of the nest, as you can see. The Wildwing Ripper Alpha standing out front.
Can you do it in a David Attenborough accent, actually? That'd be really helpful. I'm
testing I don't know. I haven't played with Owen in a little bit. Hold on.
Now watch as the wonderful Roshan pit is... this is going to be great if the echo's still going on, by the way.
No, that sounds better.
Oh, it does?
Yes, you're good. I think.
Thank goodness. We're ready. And we're ready right as the pause is ready.
Yeah, you sound beautiful. Oh, look at us go. Look at that production. Thank you, everyone at WePlay. And me, mostly, for basically handling that whole thing, so you're welcome.
I appreciate that.
Tech support extraordinaire.
I was thinking about what we would give Twitch chat as an award if they got the first blood right. I was thinking, like, everybody that gets it right gets a mod or something like that, right?
No, we got VIP now. I think they should award one person who said Bane VIP. That's personally, that's all I'm saying.
Mid lane, DD Rune, they are slowed down by the Gale Flash toss off to the side, and they might be able to bring down this Bat Rider. He wants the kill so badly. Oh, Pikachu, the right click coming through. Is it going to be burned down enough? Ooh, Fairy Fire keeps him alive, and they managed to kill Flash as well. Khan, hitting it up here.
Yeah, Flash, you were supposed to bring the kills, not become one. That's not what you want, is the roaming Tiny. And now, this is great for Faceless Void, right? Because now, all the supports are gone, and he's in a 1v1 versus a Dragonite. And he's like, thank my lucky stars, because that's so much happier. Like, what do you care about a Dragonite? What is this guy going to do? He's going to punch you 3 times, then stun you. He's like, haha, you don't get to time walk those 3 right clicks. It's like, all right, dude, I'll see you in 10 minutes. See where we're at.
He also has just like the 2-point. I mean, the thing that's interesting about this also is that he's still been able to get pretty good CS as the rundown is going on the bottom side of the map. Seeing if they can bring down Devi, Llama, and Fairy Fire. Oh my God, is he the greatest player in the world? No. He did eat a salve though.
Yeah, went for the salve. That was very greedy. I like where his head was at though. He's playing the winning mentality.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we'll call it.
And this matchup in the mid lane, just build as many wards as possible, build the cheap item in the Veil. I'm curious if Bat ends up just going for like the early runaround items like the bots and tries to just be a pest constantly.
I think with the level 4 wards too though, like once this Veil's here, I don't think he can even die from it.
Kill here? Ooh, almost gets out, but Exotic Deer managed to find it. Easy kill.
Was that solo? I think that was solo. Because they just tried to kill him, and he just did 952 damage with meta, and Bane didn't cast any spells. So that was just raw TB.
You know, Kyle mentioned it very right as we go up top lane again, and Chrono going to be dropped on this. See if they can bring down Flash. It's a lot of damage, and he is going to fall. Naive did blink into this one. Now he's going to run down the courier, so he kills the man.
Nice.
Managed to get the courier afterwards. Black Archangel trying to hide around the corner. Now the tower on him. But Naive does not want to try and get any type of testy with the Dragon Knight.
Definitely ditch the Snapfire for that courier kill, though.
That's right. I'm not sure if they would have been able to really help him too much, but you at least want to be near somebody when they're dying, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but Exotic Deer, very good TV player. I think the only hero I've seen him play more is probably Lone Druid. He's also fantastic on that. And I feel like he also used to play Ench, ironically enough, too, because, the exotic deer that she is.
Yeah, that's right. The one I remember the most was when he was playing with Nisha, and he used to play Dazzle when Nisha would play Medusa. Position 1 Dazzle. Is Cheshire Cat going to be nightmared here? They're keeping him under fire. Flash, Avalanche, the sleep is still going. And they're hanging on to the lasso for the moment, wanting to save it if possible. And they will be able to find the kill onto Cheshire Cat. The roll away, the toss though! Oh my God! That was the sickest toss. And now they pull him back in. Maybe going to be able to find themselves another kill, but they're bringing in the Snapfire. Flame Break, push back onto both. The stun hits onto 3. Gilgear still living through it. He's got another roll in a second if he wants to go in on this. Flash throwing out the Avalanche. He waits for the Avalanche before he goes for the roll. And now the toss. He's going to live. What a player. Oh my God. He made it happen.
The math. He knew it. Yes, I just did that. That's such a good find for Earth Spirit players.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that.
Wow, you can do all the bold plays you ever want just because you get to drop that line after. It makes it so much more worth it.
And it's good if you die too, Yeah,
that's right. You're covered, really, on all bases. All right, well, now they're going to smoke with no lasso from the fountain. I don't know if they're just ready to get back into it or what, but better make this one count.
Yeah,
so they might just want a TB mid.
I guess maybe they're anticipating somebody moving in. I think that is one of those maybe like we just want to get on the map faster. And with Tiny, they can make these kills happen hypothetically, but underneath the ward, the smoke breaks and they won't be able to run down the Snapfire.
Yeah, it looked like they were just trying to get there in time for the runes in the nighttime. And then the rune spawns on the wrong side. There was a ward on the high ground after this. Actually, that was their ward. Okay, so I don't even know. But either way, it did not work out.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Well, meanwhile, up top, they do manage to take down that tower. So the Terrorblade team taking tier 1s without having to have Terrorblade there in the early goings. Pretty nice. Now, they do have Chronosphere available. Earth Spirit almost level 6 as well. And they're also going to be bringing Snapfire down bottom with her level 6. This could just be a quick Chrono and then the Snapfire ultimate afterwards. Yeah, they're just going to drop it. Going to drop the ulti, see if they can bring down the dragon, and Nightmare save? But the bash. The chase, maybe. The Nightmare save, they forced the commitment with the Magnetize, and now maybe they can get a turnaround kill here, possibly. Bane is dropping down somewhat low. Tiny chasing in, finding Gilgear. This is a lot of Magnetize damage. He's able to live yet again. Hiding off to the side, he can keep on dropping the boulders to reapply it. Exotic Deer, he's going to get tossed forward now as well, trying to run down Cheshire Cat absolute insanity in the bottom lane. The Sunder has already been used. He's dropping down pretty freaking low, but there's the feed scrap, and now they pull back the Faceless Void afterwards. A triple kill for Exotic Deer. Oh my god, it looked good for a moment for Khan, but then it all fell apart.
Yeah, the Divine Llama, right? That Nightmare save, just delaying things further and further under the tower, and that kind of shows why Snapfire outside of Phoenix is not like this top tier pick anymore. Yeah, the egg counter is kind of cool, but man, the Mortimer Kisses are just so much weaker than they used to be.
True.
And in addition, like the time for like first to hit, like they weren't like perfectly synced or anything like that. It's just you have to be so flawless on this hero to make it good.
That was a very nice. I mean, you know, we always talk about Nightmare Save being like pretty good, but not amazing, and particularly when it's like so many instances of damage, it doesn't feel like it should be that amazing. But in that instance, making sure Bloody Sky lived that much longer, just set up for all the other kills to happen.
And speaking of set up for a kill, they have the Nightmare after a surge into 2 more heroes, so should be dead Cheshire Cat here without any cause for concern.
Well, the toss finishes it off, and they're going to keep that tower from getting too much extra damage onto it. Not been the best Darkseer game so far. Going for this hood, does have the Soul Ring in the bottle, along with a full Magic Wand completed, and just trying to hang on to Raindrops to live. But when you're buying Raindrops to live and then you're still dying afterwards, just doesn't feel good.
Yeah, seems they need a few more Iron Shell plays or something here, but his Void's doing all right. I mean, behind 3 of the cores, but mostly next to his own Venomancer, so it's okay. Has the Midas done, so might start to outscale a little bit here, whereas we're slowly going to see the Comrades start to focus all efforts onto making Exotic Deer strong. I mean, we're going to have the Pipe coming up from the Bloody Sky. He already has the Blink Dagger, so just more protections to try and keep the Terror Blade slamming down those Beyblades. And looks like a smoke maybe down here. Or they're just really hoping someone goes on Darkseer.
I guess. It does feel a little bit like not fully on top of it movement or what have you. Flash here is going to be scouting things out in the river on top of a Dire Ward. So at least know that he's there. Radiant Scan hits onto Cheshire Cat. They're going to bring 3 down bottom yet again. And there are TPs available. If things get a little bit testy, man, they are baiting this out. It feels like Comrades know this is coming.
If they hit the Bloody Sky, though, you nullify 2,000 gold because the Blink just becomes useless when you're initiated on, right?
That was a little bit weird. Gilgeart tried to get the Roll Silence combo.
Trying to get the value of the 1 stone, right?
Yeah.
2 spells with 1 stone here. Oh, and smoke. Now they're hunting. Or they're fake smoking mid?
Yeah, 5 heroes bottom just like chilling does not feel great, and everybody's TPing out.
Yeah, this tower's way too low, and there's too many people here.
Yeah. So Khan will get this, but meanwhile, mid, Bloody Sky just makes his movement over here. Now they're trying to deny the tower. Won't be able to get it with the illusion. And instead, they can start collapsing back bottom if they want. We'll see what they end up doing.
Yeah, they're just going to take over this whole top out of the map. You can see Divine Llama just pinged up here. Like, guys, we can own this now. Like, this is ours. I don't think anyone's here.
They are sending down Flash bottom, though, to try and keep a hold of this tower as long as possible. And with Naive showing, I mean, he's got to know that there's tons of people around here, but he's going to try and toss to keep him off the tower.
I mean, can he die?
I mean, hypothetically.
He needs to get pretty close. He basically needs to be in time walk range to die. Because if they roll on him, the silence is only 2 seconds, so he should be able to get the toss after.
Oh, and look at that. Divine Llama, he breaks the smoke while he's trying to go high ground, knows they're all up there. Like, they're just completely outmaneuvering him on the map. Although, it does also kind of feel like Comrade aren't fully committed. Rolling mid. Maybe a chance here. Trying to go onto the Blaze Sky. Vacuum pulls him back in closer. They're TPing in the Bat Rider. Onto the creeps. They find the Venomancer. And now they have the feeds grab. Everyone's no, but they get the Chrono out. And the Snapfire ultimate afterwards. Up on the north side, Exotic Deer is trying to do whatever work he can. Divine Llama's still living. They managed to bring down 1. Haster doing a lot of work.
A ghost.
And
the back.
I mean, that was pretty crazy. Did they actually get him?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
A little ghosty ghosts. Yeah, he had a haste rune, and he was super low, and he flew over the camp and was trying to play in the trench there. And much like players in the trench, he then died to neutrals.
Always a wordsmith. What a guy.
It's that arts degree. I knew it would come in handy.
I was kind of curious if we're going to see, 5Comrades pick up that DD and just head in towards Roche. But again, a 4,000 gold lead right now being nursed by the 5Comrades, and it feels like they're just sort of building upon the momentum by map movements and not taking the bait when it comes.
Yeah, that was a pretty damn good chrono too, and it doesn't wind up being this like amazing fight or anything for Khan, which is very unfortunate because they have to win these fights off the back of these chronos, and a lot of their damage right now is magical. In fact, almost all of their damage is magical right now in Khan, and that pipe's going to be done in sooner rather than later for a DK if he rushes it.
Right.
I think that is the perfect item this game for a 0, because it's going to just completely nullify Khan.
Wow. They're fully committing with the Fiend's Grip, and Naive is just like, nah. he saw him be Nightmare the whole time, and there's nothing he can do, I guess, but Archangel can't feel great about that.
No. Knives back to farming towards a Maelstrom here. Looks like it's actually complete. All right, not bad. Got the bracers too. Okay. Getting some action.
Yeah. Good. We'll be able to go hit his Midas again. Trying to get big and bad and out of control. I guess you kind of need the Maelstrom on top of the Midas to be able to deal with the illusions, but
yeah,
it does kind of make him a squishy dude. I wonder if Darkseer goes for that 15 talent for Ion Shell. Lasso pulls him back in the mid lane.
25% is insane versus TB.
Yeah, it's true. It's really hard to let that go, but they're going to bring down the Darkseer before he gets really any abilities off. Dragon Form about to wear off, though, and now they've got their eyes on Naive. Toss back into the stun. No! He did not have it up yet. Naive able to get the jump away. This is so much getting done by Flash before Blink Dagger even comes out.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. I was like, oh wow, he's just getting Blink, and yet he's been like in the middle of these engagements so many times. Especially against Veno. It's pretty impressive, because that hero makes your life awful as a melee support if you're forced to like get into the middle of things and you don't have mobility spells. Unfortunately, you can't toss yourself.
That's the next talent.
Future Aghanims?
Maybe, possibly.
Then you wouldn't have to buy Blink. Wow, how did that not become a thing?
What would be the animation for that? He like grabs the back of his neck and just like hucks it.
I think like a rock arm comes out of the ground and picks him up and throws him.
I like that idea. I personally like a level 10 talent for that. That sounds amazing.
That doesn't sound broken or anything. Yeah. Very good balance. That's what we're here for.
Well, again, getting set up in the mid lane. Batrider nearby with Boots of Travel ready to go. Naive cosplaying as a ward. He's also ready to jump in at a moment's notice. Ooh, and a Grove Bow picked up. I mean, it looks like they're ready for this. They are like fully about to go. Naive gets lassoed, pulls back in. They've got him under control. And Fiend's Grip catches onto the Earth Spirit, but he's going to be broken afterwards. While the Magnetize hits onto 3. Being able to break that Fiend's Grip, super important. And now the Mortar's Kiss is landing down onto the Bloody Sky. He's dropping down lower and lower. But on the other side, Exotic Deer is just beating in the rest of the team. They lose the Dragon Knight, but the Sunder afterwards with the toss pulls down Pikachu. And just like that, again, 5Comrades win a 4-for-1. Dragon Knight's playing the sport.
Yeah, you know what's really good is Sunder, when you're playing against a bunch of damage over time. Exotic Deer can just like relax. Yeah. You know, just chill, wait for his right moment. Already has the Manta anyway, too, so not a lot of big concerns for him. And, I mean, they got the Chrono, right? We all know they need Chrono in this match to have any hope in a team fight. Very unfortunate, because they just got the Greaves as well. And so what ends up happening is you basically commit 2 of your heroes to try and save the Void, because you know how necessary he is. So Gilgear rolls in trying to make the play. And then at the same time, our Veno player runs in there too. And Pikachu's just trying to get the Greaves off to save him. And then he's in a bad position and dies after the Nightmare. And rough stuff. All because of a very good pick onto the Faceless Void.
And they try and chase him down again. Devi Lama, the god, constantly out of range. But I think that part of the thing also, just like you mentioned, it's so necessary to try and win these fights for Khan before these BKBs come out online. They're going to even pull the creep wave up here, up the river, and Naive is not having it. He does not want to let the Bloody Sky get away with this one, but I've seen this story before. A bunch of initiations onto the Dragon Knight. Is this one going to work out for them? Are they going to get collapsed on? It looks like they are finally going to get the clean pick.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
What do you do now as Khan, though? You think about Roche? I don't know if you necessarily... I mean, it's only 37 seconds, so no, you definitely don't think about Roche. They don't have the heroes to kill it. And again, they're basically just all magical damage right now. But they unfortunately can't really get a whole lot out of this. Good pick off. They just need more.
Yeah. Vacuum back again onto Flash. Trying to set something up here with Cheshire Cat. But it will not be in time for the rest of these heroes to join up with them. Yeah, it's a tough one. You're about to have Scotty completed on Terrorblade. It's now done. On top of Drum's Manta. Like, this guy is 14,000 net worth compared to the 10K next highest.
Yeah, and they still have another hero above the entirety of Khan, right? In that Bat Rider, so... Tough one right now.
Oh my god, we're getting close to that 27-minute mark. Kyle might be right. It's looking more and more like it. It's a dangerous time.
That's why you always go for the specifics. No one's going to remember if it wasn't a 27-minute win, but if it is, he gets the big Babe Ruth point.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying it right now, so that way we can remember. If it's over 27 minutes, doesn't count. No longer right about any of his points.
I'm thinking I think he's going to be a little bit too early, unfortunately.
Okay.
I think they're going to play it really safe. All right, well, they're going to try and force the Roche fight. So I think that's partly why they weren't going for the Roche earlier on the Comrades, because, like, Roche should go in favor of Khan, especially if it's, like, kind of an even start, right? Like, this is where they want to fight. They want to create the bog. They want Magnetize, Poison Nova. Well, here it is. It's all about the lasso versus the chrono, right?
Oh, leading the way. They break the smoke. They spot them out. Do they have an opening? They get one, but they don't get the chrono. Now, though, the Fiend's Grip. Oh, my God, off the side. They get the silence. Great chrono spear. Can they bring him down in time, though? They're not focusing this Terrorblade. He's going to have the Sunder afterwards if he wants to use it. Stun, trying to control, trying to get the silence out, but Exotic Deer gets the Sunder, and that is going to end all the rest of their lives, possibly. Although the control, it's enough. They bring him down.
Dude. The wall's
unreal. Dude, Darkseer, he might not be good, but the Terrorblade illusion is amazing. Yeah. And they're going to send it forward with the Surge. The roll down now, finding the Bat Rider. Khan waited for their moment, and they hit it perfectly.
Oh, man, that was scary. Gilgear, what a hero, man. He saved that team fight. It was a little dicey at first, and then the back goes in, and Naive, his first time walk looked horrific. I was like, oh, my God. He just time walked in the middle of nowhere, gets gripped, and Gilgear's like, I can be your hero, baby. And then, thankfully, he managed to save the whole fight. So, excellent plays.
Damn.
What a guy.
That was sick. So, 18-16, and suddenly we got a little bit more of an opening. This 15 talent still waiting to see what he wants to go for, but that's before the wall of replica illusion damage.
Terrorblade did 1,332 total damage to Terrorblade. Okay. He clicked his little death thing.
Nice.
But yeah, as we said, it was all the wall. It's like anyone who's like all about stats, right? That's the whole point of these heroes. Like, you look at Terrorblade, guys, do you see any of the little green damage numbers? Do you see how it's all just white? That means that the illusion is all, he's all that. He gets it all, you know? Yeah. That's why Exotic Deer is now clicking the Daedalus item. He's like, man, I gotta stop helping out this stupid illusion.
But don't you still crit off illusions? Am I crazy? Am I remembering that incorrectly? Anyway, I mean, regardless, it's still going to be the plus damage. So,
yeah, the other one is like the like Medusa and Morphling are they're like brutal heroes sometimes, right?
Yeah, they just get absolutely wrecked. It's going to be a tough one. We'll see how this works. Because right now, obviously, I guess the biggest thing is just avoiding the wall and trying to keep that out of the play. If you can make that happen. But Cheshire Cat on the low ground. He's got it back up again. Surge forward, trying to find one. Can they bring him down in time? Bloody Sky going to get bashed, going to get bullied, and looking like he's going to get killed. Left again, alone to die.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I think like, man, Daedalus isn't even that good anymore. That's kind of a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. My Llama. Breaks the Lincolns. They still got eyes on him, though. and Naive is going to get the slowdown, and then the beatdown afterwards, again, killing off the Bane. Coming harder to deal with a little bit.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
I guess that's going to be another nice piece, is the potential outplay against the Sunder. I guess it's all, there's so many other single target abilities as well, but with the Lincoln Sphere.
Mostly Bat, I think. Just like, I need to get my spell off or we lose. Bat and Bane.
Yeah, too true. Well, we'll see where they end up going. Again, Comrades not wanting to take the fight into the Aegis. They're dodging away. Down bottom, Flash can keep the pressure on this tier 2 tower. And we'll have to see if they open up any other pickoff opportunities here if somebody TP's back bottom.
I think my favorite thing about what Khan has done so far is the way they're playing this part of the map. Like, I think they were in a really bad spot before that last fight, and they continued to hold this high ground to like try and force a bad fight out of Comrades. It didn't really happen here, but it still forced like this bad smoke round in behind and didn't necessarily have like the best situation for how they wanted to engage.
Yeah.
This is something that you always see like the top tier teams do, right? Is they just like control this part of the map when they're Dire, or control over here, sometimes here if you radiate, depending on like Roche timings and stuff.
Right. Absolutely. And that's sort of going to be the big weight down, I would imagine, as the next Roche timing. Feels like it could be one of those game deciding ones. Like this pulled it back into the favor of Khan a little bit more heavily, and now it's going to be, you know, where do we go next? It was actually the Ion Shell provides 400 max health that they decided to go for on Darkseer. So a little bit more trying to keep people alive long enough, I guess, which is interesting.
They do have a lot of like damage reduction from pipes, and they have greaves and stuff. So that 400 HP, when you factor it into like Glimmer Caves and all that stuff, it can make a big difference. So,
right.
I'm still waiting to see it work with Clinks. Is that can we get a Darkseer Clinks lineup? No, 400's nothing. You need the big numbers.
I don't know. It could be cool. What else would you need to do? I guess there's. Could you like enchant it afterwards? So
oh yeah, you know, you gotta have the Ench one.
Clink?
You gotta have Ench Darkseer.
I like it. Man. So another little pause as everybody gets their issues sorted out. What is he going for on Earth Spirit? He's got 1,800 gold. Is this Blink maybe?
What? Oh, my pause thing's messed up. Is it? Wait, is it not changing?
Probably mine is.
Yeah. You have to highlight over and only select them with box selection, I think. I can't even remember how it works. Like, currently it shows me as Snapfire and Earthsphere both having 1,661 gold.
Yeah.
Wait, I think they both actually do. Because if I click everyone else's portrait at the top...
Do they have the same gold?
I don't know. Oh, wait, it's because he was DC'd. Now it's different.
Got it. That makes sense.
Look at us figuring things out, guys. This is amazing.
The Dota bugs in the pause lobby. You love to see it.
Yeah, top priority to get fixed. Exotic, you know, he's not sure what to buy because he was still thinking about the day list, but the day list is still going to have the illusion problem that we discussed. It like doesn't give the damage, but you still get the crit, and then the butterfly, unfortunately, is another one where it's just all stats again for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels very strange, and like you can't even go like the attack speed route anymore either because they get that also. It's just such a good answer.
He's kind of going for the later BKB. Like, does he really go Satanic after this? He had it queued up before. Maybe he goes Satanic and then replaces his last item with BKB, and you have that like crazy 10-second BKB.
Ooh. Roll. Finding one. Silence there. And it looks like yet again they're going to be losing this Dragon Knight. Everybody else TPing out of here. But he will be going down. So another quick rotation, another quick kill. And Khan continuing to control with this Aegis still in hand.
Oh yeah, now they're just gonna play until BKB and next Aegis. I think. I think I like the BKB. I mean, it's always nice when you can ignore it and try and get away with it. But he's been playing it off, I think, a bit too long in the TV.
Yeah. Yeah. You kind of have that feeling like you can just sort of go in at that point. You don't have to even worry that much about like the Chronosphere even. As long as you can get it off before you see the Chrono come out.
Yeah, it's one of those games where I really want to see like the damage breakdown.
Khan Absolutely insane. Naive is really far away from the rest of his team.
They don't want to do anything.
About going. Okay, Lasso, meta pop, trying to bring it down. Are they going to be able to kill him? They don't even get the kill, but they pull him in deeper. Oh, the Aegis expires. Naive, he gets the chrono off in time. He's still super low and he needs to get out of there. They have the wall onto that Terrorblade though, and he needs to walk away from this. He's taking so much injury, has to sunder his teammate to keep himself alive. The wall down Flash is going to drop, and they're able to bite it beautifully. And Bloody Sky getting slowed down. Everything applied to him, he's destroyed. Look at that
so
damage.
Good for this TV, dude. This illusion is actually the MVP this game.
I can't wait to see like the damage done graph versus like damage damage dealt, and it's like double.
They need to get a dig on. That should be Tiny's item.
Okay, I'm down with that.
That's the solution here. I don't know what else to do. It's too strong.
There's no other answer. God. That's why the Dark Portrait is like also super good as well.
Yes.
Like you get the BKB version of it. Kind of feel like that would be cool at some point to get. Oh God, they found the Darkseer though. Take that. How does it feel? How does it feel, Cheshire Cat, to have a TV beaten on you?
Yeah. Not sure how he got there.
Yeah, me either. I'm gonna be honest. But right now, it does look like they're ready to take back control of this area. Titan Sliver found by Black Archangel, and he is going to be found by the Batrider. And no Metamorphosis, no problem. They just beat him down to death. He's going to run forward. Gilgear, he's going to get Nightmared, controlled, and doesn't have an easy way out of this, as he is fully encapsulated in pain. And another kill going to Exotic Deer. Darkseer is still down for a little bit, and no Earth Spirit for 60 seconds.
Finally, the Comrades have been able to flex a little bit. It feels like so long since they've been able to actually move as a unit outside of their side of the map. Some big value out of it. We have a lot of Lincolns and Lotuses this game. We have a Lotus on the Batrider, and we have a Lincolns on the Veno and the Faceless Void, and now a Lotus on the Darkseer.
Yeah, things are about to get weird. Things are going to get really weird here. I can't wait. I thought that that Pikachu is also going to be going the Lotus, but it's actually going to be a Shiva's Guard coming out for him instead. God, look at these Terrorblade illusions. They're just destroying him. Like, it's inside his base. Just sent these guys to right-click him. Meanwhile, back in the river, Naive wants to chase in, just gets his Mjolnir delivered. They drop the Mortimer's Kisses, but Bloody Sky is going to back out. Roche, capable of responding in 8 seconds. Let's see how long the timer is.
Well, it's not 27 minutes. I can tell that much, Kyle.
Hey.
1 minute and 12 seconds.
Okay.
Oh, boo.
Oh, you were making a prediction. I thought you actually just saw it early somehow. I was like, man, Trent's in the future.
No, I'm not, unfortunately. I don't have those powers yet.
Yes. Still a 7,000 gold lead, but it feels like much more important is going to be control of that one outpost. Radiant still have a tier 2 on the top lane that they can TP into if they need to buy back and fight for Roche. But I would be a little bit surprised if I saw Khan moving out from this area. Instead, it's going to be 5Comrades. They're going to try and put the pressure on bottom. See if they can force some TPs back.
Ooh. The big team fight. All right, so he's got the Blink and the Euls to pop for the potential lasso onto either of those 2 targets. Of course, we still really want that Void if possible, but he's a toughie.
Smoke up.
There is a ward on this high ground, so if it pops at a bad angle.
Oh, they're going to roll in.
That was crazy.
He's insane. They find the Batrider right at the start.
I can't believe this is working.
Fuel Scepter looking for more. Can they find him? They'll roll through. They got him good, and they kill him.
How did they just get 2 kills off of the most YOLO roll twice?
I mean, it works, right? And now look, they actually have all left, but they're going to need to come back and deal with this. The Terrorblade takes down the tier 3 tower with his illusions and is taking down the range racks afterwards bottom as well. So they're going to be able to get some structural damage in here.
So I'll tell you why this works. It's because they actually have no team fight on the side of Comrades, right? Like they have no big team fight AoE control other than like Avalanche. And when you compare that to Khans, that just means that no matter what happens to Gilgear when he rolls in like that, because his team is close enough with their initiations, if anything, he's just going to set up for a good Chrono or a good Vacuum. So it gives him this freedom to look more like the Earth Spirit players you're used to playing with.
Just be a monster in there. Get in after it.
That was crazy.
Interesting. I want to see, like, you know, if they can still... Because to me, I think the big determining factor is going to be, like, if they can win a fight without that Terrorblade illusion. And I'm not sure if it can, really. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. They've gotten a lot more damage now at this point. And there's still only... there's still no BKBs, right?
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Because Exogdeer went off it again, and then the DK is going for his own Lotus, so... That will be the first BKB. So all this magic damage they have, there's still at least possibilities for it.
Right.
They even have the plus 60 Iron Shell, too.
Any Dagons we got working on? No, it doesn't look like it yet.
I'm telling you guys, Dagon was the answer. This is the only acceptable time to buy Dagon in this patch. Because otherwise, it's pretty ass.
Well, they're taking Roche, and 5Comrades are very well aware of it. They don't have the Batrider here, but he does have a TP available, ready to go in. And are they just getting this for free? I mean, nobody's moving in. They have a Blink Dagger available on the Bloody Sky. He's got to be ready to jump in there very, very soon. It's getting lower and lower and lower. Throw out another illusion, ready to jump. The Chrono just on to Roche. The Vacuum Wall pulls it back in onto 3 afterwards. The Silence and the Mortimer's Kisses. Do they have enough? They use Chrono on Roche, but they might be able to bring down Exogdeer nonetheless. There's the Sunder onto his teammate to keep him alive. No. Turns on Naive, Time Walk, trying to lift, trying to survive. There's the jump in from the Snapfire, gets the kill onto Terrorblade, and Divine Llama walks on into the pit afterwards, trying to hide out of here. But he too will be brought down.
Lincoln too.
Oh no, and Khan just making the better play there.
I can't believe they just got away with Chrono and Roche and they still wiped them because of that buyback from Cheshire Cat and the Vacuum Wall. That was crazy.
Unreal. They didn't even burn through the Aegis. Dude, they're too big.
He took 1,000 damage again from himself, the Terrorblade.
Unreal.
I think they all just got destroyed by this Terrorblade.
God, it's so hard to deal with.
I would have checked the DK and I was like, wow, 1,000 damage from Terrorblade. I was like, oh yeah, that was his ally when he got sundered.
Yeah.
That sucks, man. Sundering your teammate is not a great feeling.
Terrorblade has actually just done the most damage on either team by far.
It's
with
true.
The illusion as well, and the Sunder on his own buddies.
It's the worst kind of 1v9.
Oh man. Well, Avalanche tossed back underneath the towers, but there wasn't a stun afterwards because of the Lincoln Sphere. And they're going to take a Rax here. Terrorblade's back up in 6 seconds, but he doesn't have meta for another 60.
Radiant's middle barracks.
Khan making big plays, but they are taking some structural damage in the meantime. Nobody was back at home to deal with this, but Naive gets back, and that should be enough to save the range Rax. Flash tried to catch him on the way out, but wasn't quite able to get there in time. Damn.
I feel like the position 3 and position 4 have been very hard this patch. I feel like I haven't had that many games with the position 4s like really running the show, and kind of the same thing for the offlaner. It feels like a lot of times they wind up as like just auras for the most part, and we don't get a lot of like these big initiators because a lot of them are moving to the mid lane and stuff too. But I think Cheshire Cat has just played amazing this game. I think this game is just so hard to be in this position at this state in the match without those walls. And then likewise for Gilgear, where he's just been like on point every team fight, but not even that, just like before with the rotations and those pickoffs that led into the Roche fight in their favor again. Very impressive.
And I do kind of wonder here as well, like, if things might have been changed a little bit if he went for a BKB earlier or something, because like maybe then you don't get vacuumed into the wall or something. I don't know. That might be a bit hard, but it's something that at least comes to mind. But
I don't envy him. I think it's extremely difficult to itemize this game.
Naive
smoke pops,
walks up a hill, spots out some people. They try and roll in. They find the Bane. Meanwhile, on the east side of the fight, they're able to jump in. Exotic Deer vacuum. control with the Chronosphere. They try and pull him out of it. It's not going to happen. They end up chronoing and killing the Terrorblade. No answer for that one. Flash also going to be controlled. Cheshire Cat tries to run away. He gets the Surge out. They kill the Dragon Knight. And one by one, they will lose another. Dalai Lama also going down. Sick plays from Khan. They are looking to take this game possibly, or at least another significant fight, and then there's more structural damage.
Yeah, and that is another part where, although Snapfire is not as good anymore, she still feels very nice with that big ulti at the end if you do have a chrono combo like that. That was a crazy amount from Snapfire into the TV. She did almost as much as the Faceless Void, who was just right-clicking away that entire time.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like a lot of the nerfs that were done to Snapfire were like those early levels as well.
Oh yeah, it was super busted early.
Right, and it's like still fairly good late regardless, like you're saying. So good stuff from the Snap, and now another tier 3 tower taken. They don't have meta again for 80 seconds. Do Khan want to stick around that much longer? The Aegis is going to be reclaimed in about 30 seconds. Avalanche to slow, but the racks are going down. All right. Brain Sap to break. Nightmare afterwards.
I mean, they were very good on the Aegis timing last time, but another 20 seconds is a pretty hard one to force. They might try and just clear these waves as fast as they can and smoke out, but with all these wards on the high ground, it might become apparent.
Oh, toss back. And then initiation coming in, the Poison Nova onto all of them. The Magnetize afterwards, Fiend's Grip onto Gilgear, vacuum wall back again. They're in some trouble as the TB Illusion is going to run them down one by one. Turns onto the Bloody Sky. He goes down. Naive's on a monster kill streak. And they're going to surge in the Terrorblade Illusion. Look at the crit. He triple crit the Bane. That is not fair. Unbelievable. And now onto the tier 4 towers they go. Khan looking incredibly powerful here.
Yeah, you don't think it's cool
game
that
number 1.
He does 1,300 damage that fast as an illusion?
That was so sad. Oh, poor guy. Stun goes out. Stuns the Dragon Knight as well. Force Staff, another vacuum back. The follow-up with the cookie. They're chasing into the fountain. They're taking him down. Gilgear is going to be able to get the roll away afterwards. And all eyes on the Ancient is game number 1. Going the way of Khan, 41 minutes in. I think that was longer than the whole second series.
It's been a lot longer than many of the games we've seen. And for once, an actual sort of back and forth of not really expected to make that comeback. I feel like that game